where they have the best of pizza every day made by me, Luigi.
Greetings and salutations, everybody, and welcome back to Pro Wrestling 60, where we talk about everything that happened in the world of professional wrestling in 60 minutes. And I'm joined by my partner in crime, my brother from another mother, from parts unknown, Mr. Broll. See how it throws everything off?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't.
It does
It
for
doesn't.
me.
It doesn't. It doesn't indeed. How are we doing out there, world? Another jam-packed week in the world of professional wrestling. And, we're just going to have to dive right into it because, the clock starts now. And what a week it was because we had money in the bank.
Money. A lot of people online, the IWC, everybody really proclaiming and saying this is the pay-per-view of the year so far. I thought it was a solid show myself. I mean, we saw some incredible matchups. I don't know if I go as far as say the best pay-per-view of the year, but man, it's pretty darn close.
Yeah, definitely gave you some moments. Some moments that you're going to remember.
Oh my gosh. And speaking of which, let's get right into it. The Bloodline Civil War. Holy guacamole, Batman. This match lived up to the hype and then some. There's even people I think who have went as far as said that this match is better than Sammy and KO against the Usos at Mania. I don't know. I don't know. It's different, but man, they're so damn good. It's all good at the end of the day.
Yes.
This storyline, regardless of what people say, has been phenomenal, has been incredible.
Yes.
And this is definitely going to be a defining moment of this storyline because if you watched our prediction show on Money in the Bank, you can call me Nostradamus because I told you what was going to happen, folks, and it came true and it finally came to light. Your tribal chief has finally been pinned after, 3 years or something like that?
Exactly. He was pinned, and kudos to you, sir. But I'll say this. It had to be Jay Uso that pinned him. It had to be Jay. And I'm going to give you credit for another thing. I'm just going to, blow smoke up your butt right here. You said in one of our group chats, too, I believe, they have mastered the finish to a match.
Yeah.
And it's just because I was so ticked off when it came to the ref bump. But then, man, from that moment on, I was on the edge of my seat.
Yeah, they really have. I mean, the ref bump, you can kind of do without it, but it worked for this matchup. It really did. And that's just nitpicking. It started off a slow, methodical pace, but boy, when you get to the third act of this matchup, that final act, it left you breathless. And my gosh, Jay getting his moment, finally being the one to pin Roman. I mean, it was incredible. My opinion, this sets up a match for them at SummerSlam. I think you're going to get Roman and Jay for the title, but time will tell. But this matchup was tremendous, and it was without a shadow of a doubt our match of the week. And as incredible of a moment as that was, man, there's so many more. We got to talk about the Money in the Bank itself. And there you see him, Senior Money in the Bank, Damian Priest. There's a lot of upset people out there, but also a lot of happy people. And I get it too, because I mean, I went into it. I wanted LA Knight to win the thing too, but I said going at a close second was Damian Priest, and I think ultimately they made the right decision. I know there's going to be some people who don't agree. But
if I was to toot my own horn a little bit,
Yes, you should. You called
which
this.
I was not able to make it to the prediction show, but I believe you talked about this, and
Mhm.
you even said Mr. B-Roll said that he thinks Mr. Damian Priest is coming out with it. Now, like everybody, I wanted LA Knight, but I'm okay with this.
Yeah. But
This
at the end of the day, it's like it's a guy who's also like Priest has been in the business for years, or like a guy like LA Knight, I should say, Priest is, who's been in the business for years. He's busted his ass. He deserves this moment, and I couldn't be happier for the guy. It's gonna be interesting to see like how his cash in is gonna go because he did end up teasing it a little bit this night, which we'll talk about here in just a little bit. But that wasn't the only Money in the Bank match. We also had Io Sky winning the women's Money in the Bank matchup. Now I did call that one. I did predict that. I'm just saying. What'd you think of the women's match?
Yeah, I mean, it was. I loved her handcuffing them
Oh, the
together.
finish was phenomenal.
Yeah,
I
I
I
mean,
love the pacing of this one too. Like, and I think a lot of people on like in the IWC really have kind of like complimented this matchup. I've heard a lot of compliments on this one, and I think it was a great one too. A lot of people even saying it surpassed the men's. I'm not going to argue because they were both great matches. Really,
they were, yeah. Um, One thing about the men's, I'll say that I did quite enjoy. Very beginning, just all pounding on Logan Paul.
oh my gosh, yes. And Logan Paul, the fact that he didn't win. So, but I am definitely for the first time in years, the both of the winners of the men and females Money in the Bank, I'm pretty comfortable with. And hey, they didn't even neither of them cashed it in at the same night, which I could appreciate because I love some long term storytelling. Hold
Well,
that
I
thing
mean,
for a little
Io
while.
couldn't. Io could not cash it in. There wasn't a match for her.
Oh, she could have dragged somebody out. Just saying, she could have,
She
but
could.
that's okay. But then Io Sky and Damian Priest, Mr. and Miss Money in the Bank, they are our wrestlers of the week.
Of course they are. I mean, they
Of
freaking won
course.
Money in the Bank contracts.
I mean, how could they be?
We got to give the people what they want. Speaking of giving the people what they want,
Who's in the ring with Grayson Waller? I can't see him.
you can't see me.
That never gets old. This was a big moment. John Cena making a surprise appearance
Yeah,
at Money in the Bank.
because no one freaking knew. Like I was sitting there like watching it with my wife, right? And she does not even like wrestling, right? But she knows who John Cena is.
Oh yeah.
She was like, "What the hell?"
What's he doing there? Yeah, I was surprised, but pretty cool moment him coming out. And it looks like they're teasing maybe getting a WrestleMania in London. I think that would be dope, honestly, for a multitude of reasons. Number one, the crowd was great. The crowd was great at Money in the Bank too. The whole night, it was awesome. But I would love it personally for me because that means I can watch WrestleMania in the afternoon, and I don't have to stay up until like midnight or 1 or whatever. So I'm all
Whoa.
for it.
I
I know,
didn't
right?
even think about that
Game
aspect
changer.
of it.
Game changer. But I thought it was really cool too how Grayson Waller got to come out, kind of get the rub from Cena here, and kind of have a fun interaction. Also, did you notice too? I picked up on this after the fact. I don't know if you saw. There's a TikTok of Cena with some dumbass fan recording him while he's eating, and he pretty much like I think it was over in London. It was somewhere, but anyways, he says pretty much in the TikTok like I just want to be with my friends or something like that. And he said the same line here to Grayson Waller, and Grayson Waller interrupted. I just thought that was funny. Just saying. But great to see John Cena back in the WWE. B-roll, this may be the more shocking moment of the night for me, honestly, because this came out of a left field. I did not see this coming, at least in this matchup. Shayna Baszler turned on Ronda Rousey mid-matchup, and thus ultimately Shayna and Ronda dropped the tag team titles. What'd you make of this?
Yeah, it happened so quick. I think Rhonda tagged herself in, and
Well, no,
I
I
don't
think
know.
Shayna tagged her in, and then because I remember rewatching it, like because at the time I honestly I was scrolling through TikTok or something, and I look up, I'm like, holy shit, what the hell's going on? And like she just attacked her from behind, choked her out. And, yeah, and this is
Yeah.
a crazy stat too. Think about this: Liv Morgan and Raquel win the tag titles again, but Liv Morgan is the only female to pin Ronda Rousey in 3 different matches and beat her. How crazy is that?
It, yeah. This just came out of left field.
Yep.
In a lot of ways. Like I can kind of see where they were going with the story and like the seeds that are planted, but I mean, Shayna Hill,
Shayna Baszler.
Shayna,
Olivia, shout out Shayna. It's all
Shayna
good.
Baszler's gonna have to cut like a hell of a promo or something.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's going to be interesting to see. My understanding is reading after the fact is apparently this was the plan all along. The build up. They wanted to go ahead and build this up because Ronda is probably running out of dates here, and I think Ronda's going to be done with the WWE. But this may be her swan song, get to go out against her best friend. So I mean, she deserves it. So it'll be interesting to see what happens nonetheless in coming weeks. We also got the Intercontinental Championship was on the line at Money in the Bank with Gunther against Riddle, and what was another physical matchup. But the story of this is Drew McIntyre has returned to the WWE. Man, that was a hell of a pop he got when his music hit.
I mean, Michael Cole even said the rumors aren't true. The rumors aren't true, but Drew McIntyre's not going anywhere.
And hey, he showed up at Money in the Bank, so it looks like we're getting a Gunther Drew McIntyre program. I'm all for that. Let's see how that goes. And Seth freaking Rollins retained his World Heavyweight Championship against Finn Balor. And we talked about this, and I'm not going to hold any punches. Very disappointed in this matchup. Wasn't a bad matchup, but just like I thought this would be the match of the show. I had built this up because the story was there. The biggest problem I think with this is they didn't give them nearly enough time to cook. And also, I also truly believe that this was just served as a vehicle for Damian Priest and Finn Balor to see like what's going on between those two guys.
I agree.
Yeah.
I mean, I completely. And you also wonder if this match would have been a different place on the card.
Yeah. I mean, it was semi-main event, so.
Yeah. I mean, this match, honestly, I mean, other than the Bloodline story, because the Bloodline's the story that's been told for, years now. But, I mean, this had the best story going into it.
Yeah, I agree.
And
I think it's done, honestly. They're going to focus more on the Finn. I don't know what Seth does next, but they're going to focus on the Finn, Damian Priest stuff, so. It is what it is, so what can you do? And yes, there you see, Damian Priest did come out and looked like he was going to cash in that Money in the Bank. I'm glad he didn't too, by the way, because I'm over the instant same night cash ins. I want that once again. Like I said before, let it cook, baby. And speaking of Judgment Day, Dom somehow Cody Rhodes somehow survived the hardened criminal Dominic Mysterio. Like, kudos to you, Cody. He's having a hell of a career. But, B-Roll, is this the biggest win of Cody's career yet? No comment?
I can't even tell if you're asking me that seriously.
Yeah. So, well, hey, it's come that time of the show. Let's go to our good friend, Husky Rhodes, with a hot take.
Yo. What's up, guys? It's been a minute. So... I don't know if it's really a hot take, but I think it's more kind of a fantasy booking deal. Now that Damian Priest is Mr. Money in the Bank, I think he's going to get kicked out of Judgment Day and replaced by JD McDonough. What do y'all think?
Ooh,
Interesting.
That is an interesting hot take. I like that. I like that.
For some reason, I feel like the piece that doesn't fit a lot of the times is Finn.
Yeah.
That's who I see getting kicked out.
I agree. And then hell, maybe Finn forms his own faction. He's done it before. So, well, hey, let's talk about the rest of Monday Night Raw this week. We had another action-packed Monday Night Raw.
I mean, and literally, this feels like an eternity ago.
I know, right? That's crazy. Like, but this was a week ago. But man, There was some exciting stuff. Like, really, for me, what stuck out the most was the Sami Zayn Gunther matchup. I love that matchup.
All right.
And
I did
oh,
too. So much so I gave it its own next slide.
oh, look at you! I see what you did there. But yeah, man, this matchup was freaking awesome. Also, too, huge shout out to Carmelo Hayes making his main roster debut as well. So, but all in all, man, Monday Night Raw was a pretty solid show, especially for like a kind of go home show for Money in the Bank. So, and speaking of go home shows, let's talk about SmackDown. Man, SmackDown was freaking loaded, man. There was like
Yeah.
like you had two matches that honestly I think could have been on the pay-per-view. But I'm glad they
True.
didn't because it would have like stretched the thing out forever and a day. But Pretty Deadly against Sami Zayn and KO, which was a fun matchup. I love that matchup.
When the disco ball dropped down, oh my gosh.
Yeah,
That was
buddy.
awesome.
And then also too, we got to see Asuka against Charlotte. A little controversy there too, is that match ended in a DQ, which isn't too shocking considering you knew Bianca was going to get involved somehow. But and obviously that's leading up to some triple threat between them or something, I would assume. Grayson Waller effect was fun too. I got to shout that out as well. And that pop LA Knight got when he came out. Oh my gosh, dude.
Yes, sir.
And poor Shotzi. Feeling bad for Shotzi, man. Getting her hair cut off and stuff. Bailey, that's a dick move. That's not something you should do. That's no advice you receive from any parent. And hey, see what I did there? Speaking of advice from a parent, let's go to Dad Hat with Dad Hat's Daily Tip of the Week.
It's that time of the week again. Dad Hat's Life Lessons of the Week. Brought to you by World Championship Wreckage. Find them on YouTube, Twitter, and TikTok. And also by the Wrestle Talk Wolfpack. 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. every Wednesday, twitch.tv/Wrestle Talk Wolfpack. And now, here's Dad Hat.
All right, kids, you know how your mom and I told you to clean up your toys and not leave them in the floor because someone could fall or trip or get hurt? Well, let me show you what happens.
Play by Ricochet. Through the table that Logan. Money in the Bank match. Beyond me.
He's not wrong. Kids, don't leave your shit laying around the house. Just say, especially Legos. That's a dick move.
I was going to say, those Legos hurt.
Yeah, they do. Well, hey, also on NXT this week was cooking, baby. You had an incredible NXT as the Gold Rush Night 2 took place. Unfortunately, my girl Thea Hale did not win the NXT Women's Championship, but that's okay. She's going to get them next time. I guarantee it. But, man, we had some awesome action on this show. And how about this? Mommy showed up on NXT to warn Carmelo. I know you have a theory. That's why that's why this slide's here, I'm pretty sure. So you go ahead, sir.
Put me on the spot. But I just so happen to wonder, and there's a lot of variables in this because, Judgment Day's not doing so hot right now because, someone may be leaving, but I don't know. Carmelo Hayes would be pretty good in Hurt Business. It's all Hurt Business 2.0. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Well, for now, though, he did have an NXT championship matchup. And hey, not only did he have a championship matchup, but he had it against a returning lone wolf, Baron Corbin.
God.
Right? Like, I love this matchup. I thought this was great. I thought they had phenomenal chemistry. And I really enjoyed this matchup. I really enjoyed NXT, but this main event was stellar. Matter of fact, I'm even go as far as to say I enjoyed this matchup more than the matchup with Braun Baker from a couple weeks ago. Or a month ago. However long ago that was. It feels like a lifetime ago in wrestling. But anyways, I thought it was a hell of a matchup. But it was an awesome NXT. We had an awesome week, B-roll in pro wrestling.
We did.
And oh my gosh, we got to talk about this. How about Dynamite? Dynamite was off the charts.
Started off hot with Ishii and Mox.
Ishii and Mox, which, like, if you didn't have that tremendous Money in the Bank show, I think it could have possibly been our match of the week. What a bizarre trios team of Orange Cassidy, El Fikino and Keith Lee going up against Jericho Appreciation Society. That was kind of weird.
All I got to say is Keith Lee's back, baby.
Yeah, baby. And then also, we got to talk about this. Hollywood Jack Perry was born. Man, there's a lot of people ripping up his promo and saying it's very cringe. Honestly, I think this is his best promo he's done of his career so far. But we've talked about this before. He could definitely utilize a mouthpiece. But
Yes.
I think this is a step in the right direction.
Yes.
Okay?
I agree. I would agree. It is a step in the right direction. I love the line of "I'm still banging the hottest chick in the entire company." If you would ever so kindly go back to the previous slide, though, real quick, if you don't mind. If you don't mind.
What'd we miss? Oh yeah, we got to talk about that too.
R.I.P.
Yes,
R.I.P.
that was an emotional moment, man.
It was.
With the Dark Order and oh my gosh, Adam Page. I felt happy for the Dark Order in a sense they can finally put it behind him. But I think the best way I could put it is it's like you were friends in high school with the cool kid who was like ostracized from his group for like a semester or something. Then he goes back to them and forgets about you, and it's just like, you know what, fuck you. So it's all gonna be okay, Dark Order, because you're gonna go on to have awesome careers, hot spouses. And Hangman, as much as I love you, buddy, you're going to be like the guy who's 40 plus years old and in a miserable marriage. Just saying. Got a little dark there. But also on Dynamite, let's talk about this. Sting is fucking nuts and he's the fucking man. That main event, that tornado tag match with Darby and Sting going up against Jericho, the Painmaker and Sammy Guevara was nuts. Like the spot with Sting on the ladder, I was so like, oh my God, Sting, don't kill yourself. Don't kill yourself.
Yeah.
And, I mean, he cleared the jump too. I know the tables didn't break exactly, but still, there's no reason that man should be doing this, number one. And number two, that he achieved like jumping that far. That was nuts, B-roll.
I think the announcers even said like, those tables are like 10 feet away.
Yes, they were. And I tell you what, it's a good thing. I know for a fact Sting has the best life insurance policy out there. Well, you want to know how I know this, B-roll? Well, let me just show you.
Alex right. More like Alex wrong. Oh, well, I'll see you later. I need to get me some hoovy juice here at the BGM Insurance and Herbalife Store. Tammy, where the hell are you? Tammy! Before you go to the salon, I needed to bring in my first client. Who we got? Sting! Oh my God, I love the police! Roxanne! You don't have to turn on the holy crap! Oh God! No, I thought you were a Brandon Lee cosplayer for a second. Oh my God! Oh my God! The legend himself! I grew up watching you. Oh my God! Love the makeup, bro. Does that come off ever? All right. Here, I got a neat little list here printed out of stuff you've done. You have jumped off numerous entrances about 15 feet high. Holy, jumped off more stuff way higher than that. You're 63, and this happened just last year. Let's see, who are your personal contacts? A Darby Allin. Is he your nephew? Yeah, buddy, with the way things are going right now, I really recommend you to cut down on, like, jumping off high things at your age. Like, did you ever see Ric Flair, the legend, jump off a ladder? No, because he knew his place. Old people shouldn't be jumping off things. Who the hell is Terry Funk? That's a made-up name. And it says here that your dentist is a Brittany Baker from Pittsburgh? You don't even live in Pittsburgh. I don't even think you need any dental insurance, buddy. You gotta worry about your femur, or like your butt bone, or your jaw. So your real name is Gordon? Nope, that's the wrong Sting. You're Steve Borden. That's terrible. Alright, Sting, have a good one. Hasta luego. Good kid. Alright, Tammy, Tammy, where the hell are you? Who's next? Shania Twain! Why are you taller than Sting?
Yep. Oh, the best scout machine at it again, my friend. Chef's kiss. Well, hey, how about AEW Collision on Saturday? Another loaded show. I was having a conversation about this, and I've come to, even though we're about 3 weeks in, I am enjoying, I think, Collision slightly more than Dynamite. And the reason I say that, I feel like the Collision, number one, is a different show. Number two, they have time to cook. I know, I feel like they have time to do the matches proper. Everything's not rushed, rushed, rushed. And I don't know, like I just feel like they got a really good pattern going with Collision.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, I would even say I feel like I noticed even this past Dynamite felt a little less rushed.
oh, that's true too. Yeah.
Because
So,
and I feel like it's largely because is both are benefiting from it because there's time to let things cook.
yep, it's a win-win situation. But we saw a lot of Owen Hart tournament matchups. An incredible matchup between Dustin Rhodes and Powerhouse Hobbs. Absolutely love that matchup. Powerhouse advancing. Ricky Starks going up against Juice Robinson. Ricky Starks, of course, advancing as well. And Samoa Joe and Roderick Strong and Joe advancing. And we are getting Joe and Punk next week. Holy shit. Let's freaking go. And of course, Joe at the end of the match attacking Roddy, though. And Roddy may be on the shelf here for a little while, but you hate to see. And then we made it official too with the Bullet Club Gold. Obviously, the Gun Club a part of that. But B-roll, let's talk about the opener. MJF in action on AEW Collision for the first time. And how about Ethan Page answering the call and having a tremendous matchup in his hometown against MJF? And we got to talk about the tights, right? MJF, oh my gosh,
Yeah.
phenomenal.
Yes, and like I texted you, I love me some babyface Ethan Page.
Mhm.
Let's maybe give him a little bit of a push here. I love me some Ethan Page.
Make it happen, Papa Khan. But Collision was a hell of a show. But yeah, let's talk about Rampage too. Phenomenal matchup with Claudio Castagnoli defending his ROH title against Commander. We got to see brother say hey. I can't even do it with a straight face. And Matt Hardy going up against QT Marshall and I hate saying this, Johnny TV. I will say this, Johnny TV being there and I can't think of the girl's name. That's their valet or whatever. I think that's working, man.
Harley
Yeah.
Cameron.
Yeah, that's working, man. But Rampage was a pretty solid show, and hey, anytime you get Sheeta in action, that's always a plus.
And Sean Spears.
Oh yeah, Sean Spears in his hometown going up against the Blades. So Rampage was a very nice. I thought it was a good show. Big announcements from AEW this week too. We did find out Blood and Guts will be taking place at the TD Garden on Wednesday, July the 19th. And also it was announced that they will be returning to Arthur Ashe Stadium for Dynamite Grand Slam 3 and Rampage Grand Slam on Wednesday, September the 20th.
And yes, y'all, that is a big deal because if you think back to last Grand Slam, we got Great Muta, we got a debuting Saraya. I mean, that's essentially almost like a pay-per-view.
Yeah, and Blood and Guts too as well. So these are going to be some phenomenal Dynamites coming our way. And oh, baby, I got so excited for this. StarCast 6 was announced, and guess what? It is going to be all-out weekend in Chicago, September 1st to the 3rd. This is going to be freaking awesome.
And why are we excited?
We going to be there.
We going to be there. Yeah. Hopefully we going to be there.
Yeah, that's the plan. So, yeah, StarCast being announced is going to make all the more exciting of a all-out weekend. Cannot wait for StarCast 6. And this finally happened this week, Mr. B-Roll. AEW Fight Forever was released on all major consoles. And hey, we're going to go to our good, close, personal friend Sienna for a full report and review of AEW Fight Forever. Check this out.
All right, y'all. So this is kind of like a short and simple review of the AEW Fight Forever game. I mean, we've been waiting for this game, like, forever. And by that, that's the name of the title, Fight Forever, of course. And I must say, I was pretty quite impressed, though, but let me go ahead and give you all the rundown. As someone who only played like WWE 2K video games, this is kind of like a very different like vibe and more of like kind of like a little bit more of a technical aspect, especially when it comes to like the game controllers too. Like if you're the ones that actually played like the WWE 2Ks, the whole like moveset like from the controller is pretty different, y'all. And I would suggest just to go to the training mode first. That's what I did first of all. And from it actually like made it more simple too. I like the graphics. It gives like more of a arcade nostalgic effect, especially like if y'all play like WWE No Mercy or any other like vintage WWE game. And you could say like they're trying to bring like the arcade game into like more of the modern era too. And that's what I really like about the AEW Fight Forever. And especially they have like different types of like matches that you like to play. They also have like the Casino Battle Royal. They also have the Blood and Guts match. And also they have like 3-way match, 4-way match. And also if you're a fan of Sims, you're probably going to be liking the Elite storyline mode. It definitely brings in Sims gay RPG vibe too. I know that everybody has like a different taste when it comes to like whether it's worth like getting this game or just wait it out though. I mean, it all depends on like, you know, whatever you feel like. If you wanted to wait that long though, I would say go for it. Or if you wanted to like, you know, say like just get it right away just to get the feel of it. And especially when you're a wrestling fan or even like a wrestling fan that is the first time playing the game as well too, especially introducing to AEW Fight Forever. The only complaint I have, because I have a PlayStation 4 of course, and y'all may know this, but the AEW Fight Forever game, when you're playing in the online mode, it keeps crashing, y'all. And I'm going to give y'all the example. I did select my character. Obviously, I picked Chris Statlander for just a regular one-on-one match. Now, when I hit fight, though, it's just starting to load up. And this is the crash that happened that it's been going on for all the PlayStation 4 user ever since the game released. The only solution to like not have another crash is just to disconnect the check mark from the internet. This is the unchecked internet version without the internet at all. And once you hit fight, once it loads without those crash report, then this is gonna pop up though, and I'm gonna say y'all like this, of course, that's how you're going to play the game without the internet, though. And of course, see, that's where you get into the game. And hold on a second. And of course, the sample of, like, you know, how to use the controller and whatnot. THQ Nordic did actually respond to the many reports of the technical error that happened on AEW Fight Forever for the PlayStation 4 user, and they say they're actually going to be repairing it right away according to their Twitter statement. All in all, this is a great game, especially playing like with your friends, like locally or online itself too, though. I wish it would fix the bug. Maybe I'll do like another review like when it kind of like fixed and now we can able to play it online. So therefore, you could say this is kind of like the unofficial part 1 of the AEW Fight Forever update mode of this video game. So yeah, and this is coming from someone who has a PlayStation 4. I know everybody else have like the different like console game, like from the Switch and from the Xbox as well too, and PlayStation 5. And unfortunately, y'all, another, you know, downfall of it is it's not cross-play. But it is cross-gen, which is good, but cross-play, it's, yeah, sad though. But I wish they would do that again, like for the next AEW Fight Forever game. I would rate this game a 7 out of 10. This is pretty much a very fun game to play though. I wish it would fix it. Again, like I said, I'll be back if there's going to be like a updated part 2 review when things are very settled and also like when everything is like now we can play online on the PlayStation 4. So anyway, this is your girl Sienna Chanel or SC here, and thank you for watching this unofficial video game review of AEW Fight Forever.
Well, there you go. And I can tell you are ready to play. I know you have it for your Xbox, right?
Yes, I do. I know you have it for your Switch.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie, I've literally been thinking about getting it for the Switch just for the simple fact of mostly everyone I know has it for the Switch. Um, but I do believe they are going to continuously update the game.
Yeah.
We know obviously they're going to be doing updates with the downloadable content and everything. So I do have um, confidence that with updates and stuff,
Yeah, like
it.
any game gets launched, you do run into
Yep.
like issues
Yep.
like this. So I think they'll address it. I think we'll be good overall. So, but
I'm happy with it. I'll say that.
yeah, I think we're all pretty much happy with it. Speaking of being happy with things, look at these three young men here. What do they all have in common? Well, I'll tell you, they are the new Three Musketeers. New Japan Pro Wrestling officially declared that Shooter Umino, Ren Narita, and I'm going to butcher his last name because I always do this, Yoshi Tsuchi, are the new Three Musketeers. It's funny because I can definitely see this, but our good close friend Wrestling Colin called this months ago, really, that these would be the new Three Musketeers. And by golly, it has come to fruition. It's come to light. I'm all for it, man. I love all three of these guys. It's awesome. So I think this is going to be great. It's going to be incredible to see what their careers are. And the most exciting thing about this B-roll, we are just seeing the very early beginnings of their career. If you did pigeonhole me and say who's going to be the first one that I think will get a major world title, honestly, I'm going to probably go with Shooter because he just looks like $1,000,000. But I mean, they all are great competitors. But this is going to be interesting to see how these three young men's career going forward in New Japan Pro Wrestling. And speaking of Japanese wrestling, got to talk about Stardom. As we mentioned last week, Stardom had a huge show, and actually, we're going to have a very special report later this week from our Stardom expert, Light Skin Gaijin. But let's give you a little sneak peek of that report.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It is your friendly neighborhood light skinned Gaijin here, and I'm here to give you my review of Stardom Sunshine 2023. Eras Ami Sourei and Mirai defending their titles against the Club Venus tandem of Rose Gold, Mina Shirakawa, and Mariah May. That team run with those championships. Now, Mina Shirakawa is looking to do that with Mariah May, a member of Club Venus and her stable. Overall, I thought this was a great match. Mina Shirakawa is definitely perfecting more of her technical wrestling skills as well. And I think she's starting to become a fan favorite amongst many fans who are starting to get into Joshi. Inside of a steel cage featuring the Body Bombers, Mai Sakurai, Tekla, and Julia defending their artist belts against Star's Triple Crazy members Hazuki, Mayu Iwatani, and Koguma. I mean, there was a moment where Hazuki did a senton from the top of the cage. I mean, it literally left my jaw dropped. I couldn't believe what exactly I was watching. All 6 members of Queen's Quest being led by Utami Hayashishita. She would be joined up with Lady C, Miyu Amasaki, Hina, Azumi, and Sayakami Tani. They would be taking on the 6-woman tandem of Oedo Tai's Saki Kashima, Rina, Ruaka, Starlight Kid, Natsuko Tora, and Momo Watanabe. Ever since Osaka Super Wars back in 2021, Momo Watanabe hasn't been very shy of letting Queen's Quest members know that she was the one who has basically been the reason for their downfall. In fact, this whole idea was Momo Watanabe's. And let me just say, the cage played a huge part into all of these spots. Ruaka hit a freezer bomb on Lady C through a table. We would see Starlight Kid hit a moonsault from off the top of the cage. Azumi hit a double foot stomp off the top of the cage. The sheer drama and storytelling behind this match was absolutely amazing.
There you have it. You can catch more of that report later this week on Cole TV. And hey, Impact Slammiversary is right around the corner, B-roll. We got some updates for this already impressive card. Of course, we know our main events for the Impact World title with Alex Shelley and Nick Aldis. The Knockouts titles on the line with Deonna Purrazzo and Trinity. But we now know that the X Division Championship will be defended by Chris Sabin against Leo Rush. How about that Ultimate X match? Anytime you got an Ultimate X match, that is going to be awesome. And how about the Impact World Tag Team title match that was added too? Going to be a crazy, crazy night indeed. And let's not forget also Scott D'Amore teaming up with PCO to go up against Bully Ray and Steve Macklin. Slammiversary is shaping up to be a pretty eventful show. And Impact. Oh, go ahead, sir.
I was gonna say, is the Ultimate X match, is that going to be like for
my understanding at number one contender, I believe, yes.
For Impact World title or X Division?
X Division.
Yeah. Okay, that's what I thought.
But it's going to be a hell of a night nonetheless. But Impact's been very busy this week. They just went under. They just was down under, if you will, on this past Friday and Saturday for their Impact Wrestling Down Under tour, which was successful. And you know how I know it was successful? Because it had the indie goddess on there. Steph DeLander wrestled on the card. I'm just saying. So, also, this was huge. Impact Wrestling announced this week that they're going to hold a Pride Night, which I think is fucking awesome. Like, it's staying, like, it's long deserved. There's so many different members of the LGBTQ community in pro wrestling, and them getting their proper respect that they deserve. I'm all for this, man. I think this is going to be awesome, and I can't wait to see what Impact pulls out all the stops for this show.
I mean, I completely agree, and kudos to Impact for. I have never been afraid to be like the first one to do anything. So kudos to them, and yeah.
And Mr. B-Roll, there's so much wrestling we cover here on PW60. Well, guess what? We got a brand new segment because we're going to start talking about and highlighting some indie wrestling shows you should check out all throughout the United States. And who better to report this to us than you know him, you love him, one Michael J. Duplessis. So let's go to him with an indie report.
What up, y'all? H-Boy Michael, here to tell you about some pro wrestling independent shows happening around the country very soon. First, Pro Wrestling Legacy in El Paso, Texas, Friday, July 7th. The address is 1540 East San Antonio Avenue. Doors open at 6 p.m. Get your tickets at pwlegacy.com/events. All-Star Wrestling Battle Volume 3, Sunday, July 16th at the Sanford Civic Center in Sanford, Florida. That is Sunday, July 16th. Sanford, Florida. Get your tickets at allstarbattles3.eventbrite. That's eventbrite.com. AAW Never Say Die, Saturday, July 15th in Berwyn, Illinois. Get your tickets at aawpro.ticketleap.com. Viral Pro Wrestling in Thompson, Georgia. Infection 7 Lethal Injection. vpw.ticketbud.com. Get your tickets. Here in the Northwest, we have Timber Pro Wrestling's first annual Empress of the Cascades event. This is their first all-women's pro wrestling event in Everett, Washington, July 8th. Doors open at 3:30 p.m., bell at 4 p.m. Get your tickets at brainbustertickets.com.
There you have it. And hey, get out there and support your local indie promotion, man, because there's some phenomenal athletes all throughout the United States and everywhere else in between. So check out some indie wrestling. How about this news breaking? Okay, now it appears Randy Orton may be returning soon to the WWE. It's crazy to think because a couple months ago it was like, oh no, he's done. His career's over. And now it appears he may be returning. You think we're going to see the Viper in the ring pretty soon, B-Roll?
I hope so. Doesn't have to be in the ring every week, but to see him back. To see him back though, that would be nice.
And maybe now that we're kind of towards the end here, now it's like kind of this is really setting in place. Maybe this is like we can get one final last run with Randy Orton. I'm down for that. So
I'm down.
either way, man, I hope Randy Orton's doing well, and hopefully we get to see him on our television soon. How about this? The Nature Bomb! Woo! So it was announced this week that Ric Flair was the inspiration by a new what was it? An arena football team. Yes, called the Waterloo. Woo! I mean, look at the little wolf with the damn Ric Flair robe on. That is so freaking cool, man. Like, I need to get me some Waterloo Woo shirts, man.
Oh my gosh, that would be awesome. Like, I'm literally Googling it right now.
Well, hey, while you do that, let's go to MJ with the merch report, because there was some pretty awesome merch that came out this week in the world of wrestling.
Hey, what's going on? PW60, MJ here, and we are back to talk merch moments of the week. Let's talk a little bit about who had the best merch of the week, what merch came out, and some collectibles that also came out. Let's take a look. This week, if we had a merch champion, it would have to be Sting, because not only is Sting have the Top Rope Tuesday limited edition shirt, only available till 7/4 though, so that is tomorrow. So if you really want this shirt, you got to jump on it now. But what a cool way to cement Sting's legacy with this awesome shirt. But that's not all from Sting this week. Huge Sting fan, you are not going to want to miss this as well. Got an exclusive AEW Micro Brawler on sale only till July 12th. If you want it, you got to jump on it now. I thought that was just such a sweet design, though. Super cool homage to the old school Sting. Then you've got this adorable Billy Stark shirt that just launched. Love her. Got to say, she is one of the futures of wrestling. Then if you're a Julia Hart fan, you got this super cute Princess of the Black Throne shirt that came out. And last, but certainly not least, for Shop AEW, I am loving everything that MJF and Adam Cole are doing, and this shirt, the Better Than You Baby, is definitely a win for me this week. Certainly not laced is this ringside exclusive. This package is gorgeous. I can't get enough of it. And honestly, the figures, the faces, the titles, look at this, literally looks like Jay and Jimmy right here. It is the coolest thing ever. These figures are perfect. The tattoo details, everything is just completely stunning. The packaging is beautiful. I personally cannot wait to get my hands on these figures. This is one that I'm really, really, really excited for. And just another shot of that packaging again. How can you not love this? It is beautiful. So this has to be my favorite piece of anything that was showcased this week. It is beautiful. This is actually on back order, estimated to arrive though early August. So if you want it, jump on it now. You don't want to miss out and wish that you got this one. It's going to be a classic. Talk about the WWE Elite 104 collection that came out. Now, it's really awesome too, because if you already pre-ordered this, then yours is already in the mail. But you got another chance. You can actually get the complete set right now. That's Dakota Kai. Got Braun Breaker, which I actually love this figure. I think it's gorgeous. AJ Styles, his figures never miss, let's be honest. This Solo Sikoa one is definitely on my list. I gotta get this one. This is actually one of my favorite figures that's come out this year so far. Got a Drew McIntyre also within the 104. And you've got Rick Steiner. So overall, it's a really strong collection. I'm excited to get it. Have you already pre-ordered this collection? Let us know down below. We finally got a LA Knight Yeah shirt, not only in yellow, but also in black. The only downside to this is I wish they would have launched this a couple weeks ago before Money in the Bank, because then everybody could have gotten a shirt before. Just saying. But I have to say, the best piece of merch to come out this week in the WWE shop has got to be Roman's The Only One shirt. I even love the marketing that they did with this, with the which side of the line are you on. Super creative, super clever, and of course you can't go wrong with Usos as well. But Roman's shirt actually even went viral on TikTok, and I'll show you in a second. So that's why I had to pick this as my merch moment of the week. It's got to go to the Tribal Chief, Roman Reigns. Here it is, with over 131,000 likes. This is actually from Instagram Reels. Did super well. Also did pretty well on TikTok as well, but literally went viral on Instagram for this shirt, declaring that he is the only one. I thought this piece of merch was the perfect way to continue just showcasing that bloodline feud, and it was a great lead-in for Money in the Bank itself. Honestly, whether you love or hate the bloodline, their merch never misses. All right, those are the merch moments of the week. What do you think? Did I capture everything you wanted to see? Is there anything that I missed? Let me know your merch moment of the week below, and I'll see you next time.
Hey, B-roll, can you spot me a 20? Just saying.
Yeah, I got you, buddy. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, this week, too, how about this? We celebrated the 25th anniversary of that iconic Hell in a Cell match between The Undertaker and Mankind. Dude, for me, feels like this just happened yesterday. I cannot believe 25 years have surpassed. And if you're really interested to some insight on this, check out WWE's YouTube channel. They have a retrospective where Undertaker and Mankind, or Mick Foley, watch the match back. It's really cool, man. But I gotta say, this isn't cool. This fucking pisses me off to no end. And not this shirt. No, this was a phenomenal idea. Sami Zayn auctioning off a t-shirt through Pro Wrestling Tees, had a ton of wrestlers sign it, the My Dog shirt. But guess what? Got slapped with a cease and desist. Now, it hasn't officially been announced that it's the WWE, but I'm not going to be shocked if it was. But I think it's utter bullshit if it is. They're trying to raise money for charity. Like, not cool. Not cool at all for them to be hit with a cease and desist letter. I'm just saying. And I tell you, this is not a really cool story either. And I'm really disappointed in this. And I hope this is wrong. But according to the dirt sheets, it appears as if Jacob Fatu was paid to work some non-for-profit wrestling shows for charity, I believe. And actually stiffed him. Like, he hasn't paid him back and he's kept the money. So, which is a shame because he's such a phenomenal in-ring wrestler. I really hope this isn't true, but I mean, that's what you're hearing on the dirt sheets. But hey, if it's from the dirt sheets, you know where I'm going with this, Mr. B-Roll. It's time for the dirt sheet news.
Definitely not. Hey, it's your boy Jay, bona fide member of the Dirt Sheet Press, and here are some stories you may have missed this past week within professional wrestling. In WWE news, Drew McIntyre, the thing that's been lighting up message boards all across the world. Where's Drew? Where's Drew? They're about to have a pay-per-view in the United Kingdom. Where's Drew? Well, it turns out Drew McIntyre and WWE have come to some sort of an agreement, contract yet not extended. But Drew McIntyre is working on his own creative, which seemed to be his main gripe with WWE. Also in AEW news, Jade Cargill loses her championship out of nowhere. No story or nothing. Chris Statlander shows up after Jade Cargill's manager issues an open challenge, and she loses the TBS title. No storyline. No expectations, no importance put onto her streak. She just loses her title. Well, it turns out it wasn't anything to do with the women's division. It was all due to Orange Cassidy. As long as Jade Cargill held that title and defended it once every couple of weeks, she would stay ahead of Orange Cassidy as far as title defenses. But now that Jade Cargill no longer has the TBS title at Forbidden Door, Orange Cassidy was able to tie Jade Cargill's record for title defenses within AEW. So now all Orange Cassidy has to do is defend that title one more time successfully to have the record to himself. So no matter what anyone can say about Orange Cassidy, Tony Khan, or AEW, he will have the most single title defenses in that company and possibly in that company's history, as I don't see anyone else defending a title as much as Orange Cassidy. But those just aren't the facts. Those are the dirty facts. The Dirt Sheet News!
News! I love that every time. Speaking of love, we show much love and support for our Wrestle Talk community. And this week, we're going with our Wrestle Talk Creator of the Week. We are going to go with one Kennedy, or KH Pipebomb. Now, if you don't follow her, you definitely should. She is a young, up-and-coming training professional wrestler. So she just started training for pro wrestling here not too long ago. Unfortunately, she's been hit with a couple injuries. This past week, I believe she actually broke her arm. But man, oh man, Kennedy, we hope you keep trying and going for it, because I'm sure we're going to be seeing you here in a couple years on the big screen on some promotion. So live out your dreams, because we're enjoying watching you on Wrestle Talk and your journey. And for that, she's our Wrestle Talk content creator of the week. Here's some interesting news. AJ Mendez is going to be in Heels Season 2, which is interesting, of course, because CM Punk, her husband's on that show as well. I got to be honest, B-Roll, I need to check out Heels. I have yet to watch it, just because I don't have Stars, but I need to watch it. I hear it's good.
You know, I watched the first episode because it's like it's free on Prime.
Okay.
Not that long ago, and yeah, I like it. I just need to get back to watching it.
There you go. Oh, and how about this? We got to stop that dastardly man here. So WWE has apparently decided to come up with a new strategy to prevent Vince McMahon from changing plans, aka from Vince McMahon fucking things up. But I don't know. Yeah, exactly. Good luck, pal. We'll see how that goes. Well, let's go to Brian for Brian's random moment of the week.
Greetings. Wait, that's XL the OG's stick. I can't do that one. Yeah. Wait, Husky does that. I'll get sued. Can't do that. Hi, this is Brian. Brian's House of Random. Outside my actual house. Kind of appropriate. Adjust the glasses. Oh, like I got a theory. I don't have a theory, but I got a question for everybody. I'm going to continue the series on pro wrestling factions, and the question is going to be, who would you put in your ultimate version of fill in the blank? And as you know, we've covered the NWO and the Four Horsemen and other factions recently. So this week, I want to go back into WCW. I want to go early 90s WCW and want to look at a faction that I found interesting at the time. When I was a child, I was about 12 at that point, watching it. So knowing the business, knowing who all was in it and what they would become, I have a greater appreciation for every member, including their manager. That is going to be the Dangerous Alliance, led by Paulie Dangerously, who, of course, you know as Paul Heyman, featuring as well Medusa as the valet, having stars as Ravishing Rick Rude, Stunning Steve Austin with hair before he became Stone Cold years later, Beautiful Bobby Eaton, the Enforcer Arn Anderson, and Larry Sabisco. So, I want to do this week with Build Your Ultimate Version. I want to give you two options. Option A, you can keep two members. Let's say if you want to keep Steve Austin and Rick Rude, and then replace 3 members, put in 3 new members. Or if you want to keep 3 people, let's say you want to keep Zabisco, Rude, and Anderson, and put 2 other people in that place, 2 new members. And again, that'd be people who were never in the faction with your new members on either format. There you go. So you got option A and option 2. You can go keep 3, change 2, or keep 2, change 3. How you can do that? Leave your comments in the comments section, and I'm looking forward to what you got this week. And don't forget to follow myself, as well as all the other Wrestle Talk creators here, Mr. B-Roll, XL, Husky, everybody on this platform on PW60. Find us on all the platforms, YouTube, TikTok, and so much more. And we thank you so much, and have a great day.
Yes, indeed. And I tell you what, it's going to be a great day for the Guerrero family, because it was announced this week that Eddie Guerrero will be inducted into the El Paso Athletic Hall of Fame. B-Roll, this is so well-deserved. And, we've always loved Eddie Guerrero here at Pro Wrestling 60. I mean, everybody loves Eddie Guerrero. He's such a phenomenal talent. Was taken from us way too soon. But this is awesome news nonetheless. And speaking of awesome news, it appears that WrestleMania 43 now has a site secured, which is to take place in Nashville. I'm assuming it's going to be where the new arena where the Titans play. But I can't see it being anywhere else. But they haven't officially disclosed where exactly it's going to be. But nonetheless, apparently a spot has been picked. So let's freaking go. And finally, as you saw at the top of the show here, we lost another tremendous talent from the pro wrestling community this week. Darren Drozdoff, or Draws, sadly passed away earlier this week. Of course, a lot of you remember Draws for his short time in the WWF, part of the Attitude Era, part of teaming up with Legion of Doom 2000, then him with Prince Albert. And unfortunately, being paralyzed in a terrifying accident. But, Yeah, everything I saw from Draws after that accident B-roll, he was always positive, always had a good outlook on life. So he is truly going to be missed from the pro wrestling community, but we know he is in a much better place in that squared circle in the sky. Well, B-roll, somehow we did it yet again. We've come to the end here of everything that's happened this week in the world of pro wrestling. But guess what? We got to start over again because Monday Night Raw is getting ready to start up. So we thank you so much for joining us this week on Pro Wrestling 60. And we'll see you next week back here on PW60. See ya.